Hello and welcome to In the Tunnel, episode number 77. Um,
I stopped running out of number jokes around number 52. And I still feel like you give me a moment to try to make one every episode. And I'm
well,
just like, dude, I'm on 20 hours sleep for the week and I'm just no.
you did have some blurb about 75 that ended up just being completely wrong, I'm pretty sure.
What did I say? I don't really remember.
Like three-quarter centennial or something.
Sure. It wasn't that was wrong, it's that we couldn't find anything that was an actual term.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, so we're just gonna move along.
You would have thought that the NFL would be all over something like that, just like making up a phrase about math that doesn't work.
Isn't that what they do normally?
That's why I said I'm pretty sure the NFL would be all over it.
Yeah. All right. So, speaking of the NFL, that's what we are starting off with. So week 8 games.
Sir,
Um, yeah. So for the AFC, you have Tennessee and Cincy, New England and Buffalo, Las Vegas and Cleveland,
hmm
the Jets and the Chiefs, Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and the Chargers at Denver.
we'll walk
Um,
through these games. I'll bring the lines in here, and we'll take some picks here.
all right, so
I'm
um,
not picking them. We're just gonna not picking them like that. I just we're gonna walk through them.
okay,
All right. This is courtesy of the Barstool Sportsbook that has slightly different odds than most. They normally do like a half point difference, I think.
hmm,
Um, but we're gonna base it off this because this is what we have.
okay,
All right. Let's see. We're gonna start with the Titans and Bengals.
mm-hmm.
We have the Titans by 6.5 points
I could see that.
and an over under of 51.5.
I don't know if I could see that.
Uh, I think I could
I think it's pretty close.
because I mean the Bengals did put up like 30 some on the Browns last week, but the thing is the Titans run the ball a lot.
Yeah, that's why.
So I feel like it's on the line.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
why I'm
don't touch
like
that one.
that. Like, I could see Tennessee winning. That's not what I'm like. I'm looking at like they run the ball a lot,
Mhm.
dude.
It's crazy. They run the ball so much, but at the same time, you don't even know what their backup running back's name is. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just true because like Deion Lewis is on the Giants now, and everybody knows Derrick Henry, and I don't know who's next. All right.
So New England and Buffalo.
Buffalo by 4 with an over under of 41.
I think that's over. Like
That's a
quite
that's a
clearly.
that's a pretty low over under.
Yeah. I think there's more than 41 points in that game.
Oh yeah.
Um.
That's the lowest over under of the week, it looks like.
Okay.
That might be worth looking into, but maybe
Uh.
not. All right. Moving on. Las Vegas and Cleveland. Vegas or no,
Yeah.
Cleveland by 2.5. Over under 49.5. I think the over hits in that one.
Yeah. Overhit.
Cleveland's got enough weapons to score a bunch of points, and Vegas doesn't have a real good defense, but whatever they have on offense with Josh Jacobs and Derek Carr and Darren Waller is probably going to be better than what's on defense. So
Yeah, but I don't think the defenses of either teams are particularly any good. So
yeah, no,
that's why I think the
no.
over hits on that one no
It
matter.
would- it would be interesting if the Raiders were to get like a Khalil Mack type player that could like transform a defense, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah. All right. And then the Jets in Kansas City.
Oh boy. So me and a couple buddies at work were talking about this one,
Okay.
and one of my coworkers was like thinking about putting a bet on the Jets just to win something. Until we found out that both Jamison Crowder and Brashad Perriman, this two like top two receivers in the Jets, are both out this week.
Yep.
It's the Chiefs by a whopping 19 and a half.
That's a lot, dude.
They're favored by 3 possessions. Actually, it is the NFL.
That's a
You could
lot.
maybe make an argument that as long as the Jets don't lose by 20 points, that's a pretty good window. Might be worth a flyer on it.
Yeah, like I don't know, 20 points is quite a bit.
If you put $1 on the Jets at plus 19 and a half, you walk away with $1.91 though. So you have to decide if you want that dollar back or not.
But like, yeah, whatever.
put
What about
$20
over under for point?
49.
Okay.
I feel like the Chiefs could cover that on their own.
I don't know. I think the Chiefs can definitely make 5 of those possession, like 5 touchdowns as the points. Like, was that 35?
Right,
or
but at
something?
the same time, the Jets have like 10 points in their last 5 games.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, that's a pretty close over under to call too. I'd probably take the under on that one also.
Yep. All right, moving right along. Steelers, Ravens. I'm not touching this one. Like,
Well, what is it?
It's the Ravens by 4, but I feel like either way you approach a Steelers Ravens game is going to be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's a right answer. The over under is 46 and a half.
Okay, I'd probably take the over.
Yeah, New Age Steelers Ravens puts up points.
Yeah, I'd probably take the over. I just see scoring happen.
Yeah, then let's see here.
Chargers and Broncos.
I have the iOS beta, and I don't know if you know about what's going on with that, but every time people unlock their screen, it pops up an error that there's an update available when there's not. So I have to get rid of that just to see things right now.
Great.
Chargers.
Broncos.
Chargers only by 3.5.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know why I say only, because the Chargers are now a young team.
Yeah.
And the Broncos are an injured team.
Yeah.
Over under 44.5. I feel like it could go over.
Okay.
Both teams put up points. I mean, let's see here.
I don't know, like their defense, like at least the Broncos defense is at least decent.
Actually, the Broncos offense has put up in the last 2 games 16 and 12 points. Where the Chargers have put up 29, 27, and 31 in their last 3. Or I'm sorry, 39, 27, and 31 in their last 3. So they score a lot.
But also, the Broncos defense is like decent. So,
yeah. And then we go Rams versus Miami.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like Miami might win that one just because it's like you infrequently hear about like the Rams playing a team like Miami or any AFC East team. So I feel the fact that they're going to an AFC East opponent that they don't play more than once in 4 years is enough of a throw off, especially going from California to Miami, time zone wise, to be a factor.
Okay.
But we have Rams by 3.5, over under 46.
I don't know.
I think that one goes under.
I think that goes under, yeah.
Then let's see.
Indianapolis and Detroit.
I don't like this one at all. It's Colts by 3, but like we've said this before, the Colts I feel like are like a fake good team because Phillip Rivers is not having a good year. T.Y. Hilton barely getting any reps.
Yep.
with catching the ball. So
Mhm.
like, I just don't like that one.
Okay.
Over under is 50 points. I think the over will go, but it'll be up to because the Lions always score points for some reason. They're
Yeah.
always a high scoring offense, but regardless of whoever they put on defense, they still will give up points.
Give up
The
equally as
thing,
many points.
well, the thing is, the Colts offense,
Is not having that great of a time.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's if you choose the over, you kind of have to rely on the Colts offense, which is a weird thing to say when the Lions suck. It's like I have to bet on the Colts to save me.
All right. You want to talk about the Atlanta and Carolina game that happened?
I took the Falcons in a hit,
Mm-hmm.
but I took them money line.
Okay.
It was plus 1.5. I didn't trust the Falcons to if they were gonna lose by less than 2 points. So I just went money line.
Okay.
So but yeah, I listened to that game on radio because I had to drive to and from a deck hockey game.
Radio, dude.
We're doing a podcast, dumbass. We can't say shit.
I had.
This is new age radio.
All right. Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, any thoughts about that game though?
Uh, so it was played. It was apparently windy. Uh, Julio Jones is still good,
For now.
and I mean his last 3 games he's had like at least 100 yards each game.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. So moving on.
yeah, yeah, that was fun.
Minnesota and Green Bay.
Minnesota and Green Bay. Okay, it's Green Bay by 6.5 with an over
Okay.
under of 50.5, which probably is going to hit because Green Bay's offense plus. But
I
the thing is Kirk Cousins. Kirk
yeah.
Cousins on a bad day will kill the over.
Yeah, literally. The overall just die.
He would kill the over in this case if Stephon Diggs was still on the Vikings.
Yeah, I still think it goes over.
Yeah, we'll make that the Sean pick of the week. Venmo me $5. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, all right. New Orleans and Chicago.
New Orleans and Chicago. Well, if there's any team that's gonna make an over happen or an under happen, it's Chicago
Yeah.
because they can't score at all either. They're like the Jets plus like one tight end on offense. And yeah, because Jimmy Graham is good in the red zone.
Yep.
The problem is for the Jets, they'll never make it that far down the field. All right. So the Saints by 4.5. I'd take the
Okay.
Saints. I'd take the Saints.
Yeah. I'm taking. Yep.
Even Chicago's home, but like it's still early enough in the year where like it shouldn't be too much of a factor. It's not like snow Chicago.
Yep.
Because I don't know about you. I don't know if I've ever seen Drew Brees in the snow, but I bet it would be a train wreck for him. Going from dome to snow.
I'm pretty sure he's played in the snow at least once.
I mean, he did go to Purdue, so. But I mean, that's Indiana, so. All right.
Anyway, San Francisco and Seattle.
San Francisco. Seattle by 3.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, might worth be taking the Niners plus 3. Over under 54. I do like the over there
Yeah.
because Russell Wilson will put up 30, and then I feel like the 49ers will hang around.
Yeah.
The 49ers have the better defense, but I don't see Russell Wilson being stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Seahawks defense is middle of the road, so if Garoppolo is good, it shouldn't stop the over.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Dallas and Philly.
oh, geez, is there a game that screams under any more than this?
Dude.
But wait, there's more. The Eagles are favored by 10.5.
Yeah, I'll take Dallas at -10.
Now plus 10.5,
Plus
yeah.
10. Oh my god, dude. I'll take that. I'll take that.
And then you'll end up on Monday night taking the Buccaneers minus 12.5 to cover that over the Giants because, I mean, NFC East is just that bad.
Oh, of course. What's the over under for the score for Dallas and Philly?
43?
I take the under on that any day.
Yeah. Carson Wentz thrown across his body. The number one thing a quarterback shouldn't do. He does it like 4 times a game.
Yeah, what
But
about
also, a right-handed quarterback who spins out of the pocket to his left is like the dumbest shit. It's like the defense knows where to go when you do that.
all right, and what about the over under for Tampa Bay and the Giants?
So it's 45 points for the over-under. I feel like Tampa Bay is going to cover a good portion of that themselves.
But I don't
Now,
trust the Giants to make more than 7.
wait, let's see what the Giants have done recently. The Giants have had 21-9 or 21-20 and 34 in their last 3 games.
Hmm.
So I think you can trust them to get at least 15.
Hmm.
You know what? 14. 14. Because, or no, 15. Because they're not going to find the end zone more than once, so they're going to kick a bunch of field goals.
So 16.
Look, did I ever say math was good for me? There's a reason I didn't do the accounting thing. Remember, I went from high school to college, and I was like accounting, and then I walked out of college and into the real world, no accounting. So, what do you think is going to be the thing that's going on here, Sean? God damn it! Look, say what you will, and we'll get into this when we do college football. There's 12 fucking teams in the Big Ten, so I don't want to hear shit about math. Because there's clearly organizations making a ton of money that don't do math right. The Pac-12 has like 11. I don't know. The Pac-12 might actually have 12 teams, but the Big 12 has more than 12 teams in it too. So I don't want to hear shit about numbers right now. We just walked through numbers on every one of these games. No one said a word about math.
Anyway, yeah, okay. I guess I can trust the Giants to make 16 points.
You can trust the Giants to make 16 points more than you can trust me to make them be able to put up 15, I guess. Happy?
Fair enough. Yeah. All right, and that's the recap for this week's action. So let's take a look at the standings.
Recap.
Jets are
Recap something that hasn't happened.
Sure, whatever you want to call it, dude. English isn't my strong suit.
Oh yeah, no, I've known that for years.
Yeah.
I've known that since I was pure editing your papers in high school.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Jets are 0-7, bottom of the whole NFL.
It's so amazing that that's just the first thing we went to.
The
Jets are the worst team.
Oh, what else you want to say? It's the AFC East. It's the first thing on the graphic.
Yeah, but the notable thing is right now is the time to strike while the iron's hot before the Patriots get good again. Because when the Patriots are doubted, that's when they turn it around. So now's the time to get your shots in about how the Patriots are shit. Because in 3 weeks, they're going to be 5-4. And we're going to say, look, they're back. And they're going to probably have acquired like 35 all-pros for like a single third-round pick.
Yeah, I'll only believe it if I see it.
And you've seen the story before.
Anyway, the AFC North has the Steelers, the only undefeated team left, right?
Yep. I may not be a numbers guy, but I can find the zeros. That's for damn sure.
Otherwise that division is pretty close. Like the top. I mean, teams.
If the Steelers play the Ravens this weekend, if the Steelers lose, the Ravens are in first place.
Yep. Dude,
so you can start as perfectly as the Steelers have, lose 1 game, and be in second place.
Yep.
But the good news is this year there's that additional playoff spot for each side.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 3 teams from the AFC North are probably going to make it.
Okay.
I mean, look at the other divisions.
Well, you never know. The Colts might sneak in there.
They're 2 wins behind us.
Yeah, but there's still what, like half the season left? More
Look,
than?
I'm not saying that you're wrong. All I'm saying is the Colts are like right now this year at best like the 7th and final seed.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that the Steelers hopefully will get the 5th or 6th seed.
All right. And the AFC West, AFC South has the Titans and Colts at 5-1, 4-2. The rest of the division doesn't matter.
Poor Deshaun Watson. He's just getting battered down there in Houston.
Yeah.
They finally fired Bill O'Brien, that dumbass that got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. But then they turn around and they're like, well, let's get rid of Will Fuller, too. It's like, are you going to throw the ball to anybody?
The AFC West has the Chiefs topping them. None of the rest of the division is close. The NFC
but
East,
at the same time, I'm happy that the Raiders are somewhat competitive.
hey,
because
they're
the Raiders,
even. Oh my god.
The Raiders, as a franchise in their history, are competent. And it's only been the past 15 years where they haven't been.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for their brand and what they try to sell, well, what they used to sell before they decided to go to Vegas.
Wait, you're telling me they just don't sell Perpetual Sadness?
Well, that's the Jets. We already went through that. But, like, the Raiders have more championships. So, like,
okay, yeah.
Oh.
The NFC East is still bad. We don't need to talk about it.
No, but we do. Because, like, if one or two teams in the NFC West turns to crap, because right now the NFC West, every team is going to make the playoffs in this extended format. But
we're talking about the NFC.
If one of these teams goes on a losing streak, the NFC South and North are bad enough that like a second NFC East team could, if they walk in with like 5 wins, make the playoffs. Not enough people are talking about that.
Dude.
Like the Giants just have to go on like a 3 or 4 game win streak, or not even streak. Like 4 of their like last 10. 4 of their last 10. And they'd be like on the outside of the bubble. Not eliminated, just bubble talk. That's fucking
dude. No, but if you look at it this way, right? So the Cowboys and the Eagles play each other, right? So whoever wins,
if you want to call it playing each other,
whoever wins
basically
is
like
first
running into
in that
walls.
division. Whoever wins is first in that division, right?
Yeah, which is sad because I mean the Cowboys
you can have a
don't
3-5 division leader.
The Cowboys
3-5.
Cowboys don't deserve to be at the top though.
Anyway,
I mean they weren't winning with Dak, and he was throwing 400 yards a game.
Anyway, NFC North, Packers at the top at 5-1, Bears 5-2 right behind them.
Because they lost last night, or not last night, Sunday night, Monday night, one of the nights. They lost on a night that ends with Y.
That's every single one.
Well, thanks for narrowing it down, dumbass.
Then the NFC South has the Bucks at 5-2, Saints at 4-2. Yeah.
I'm just happy that the Saints aren't in first place. I mean, I hate the fact that Brady's still good, but the Saints not being in first place is a nice break. That being said, there was like a 10-year like streak where no NFC South team won the division 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know.
And then we have the NFC West where all teams are good.
That's a great marketing strategy. If the NFC West was like a college conference, like if the NFC West was like the Pac-12 and the Pac-12 slogan was like, all of our teams are good. Actually, no, that would be the ACC. The ACC or the Big Ten. All of our teams are good. Just send them to the NCAA March Madness tournament.
All right. Anything else you want to say about these teams?
Oh, geez. I can't wait for Sunday. Yippee-ki-yay. I can't wait till
All
Monday
right,
when I get
so
my
let's
brake
talk some
pads
fantasy
replaced.
football.
Fantasy, it's like reality, but on drugs.
All right, so your top player, the rank 1 player right now is who? Kyler Murray?
Yep, Kyler Murray.
At 29 points average per game, is it?
Yep. Followed by Mr. Unlimited himself, Mr. Russell Wilson
Russell
is
Wilson.
number 2.
Quarterbacks are topping this chart because you have Wilson, Mahomes, Allen.
And this is PPR too.
Yeah.
It,
And then Kamara's the
first
only
non-QB.
non-quarterback in the top 8.
Well, it's because he doesn't run the ball very well, but he catches the ball very well.
Yes.
Then Deshaun, one of my guys, is number 6.
And Tom Brady, who's on
Timmy
my
Brady.
fantasy team.
That's sad. Somehow Carson Wentz is 8.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins is 9. I guess Deshaun Watson would probably be top 3 if Hopkins was on the team.
Yeah.
Then you got
Lockett,
receivers,
Ridley, and then Prescott. You have so many quarterbacks in the top 25.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know what I like? James Robinson, number 19, undrafted running back out of Southern Illinois, I want to say.
Okay.
I got him in the 10th round of my draft.
Okay.
If not later.
All right.
Number 19 overall.
Okay.
I'm liking that. He's got more fantasy points than Derrick Henry, who's had 200-yard rushing games.
Yeah. Which is quite surprising.
All right, anyway, I'm bored of this.
All right, on to college football.
Notable PPR. That's basically what that was.
Mm-hmm.
All right, college football. The Big Ten is back, so we just quickly recap this a day before the next group of games start.
Yep.
So, Wisconsin whooped the Illinois Buddies, 45-7. Rutgers got their first Big Ten win in 3 years.
Yep.
They beat Michigan State 38-27.
Yeah.
Indiana stunned Penn State in overtime 36-35 with a dive to the pylon that a lot of the sports world in most of middle Pennsylvania will say they still didn't hit the pylon, despite the fact that I don't think it was 4th and goal or anything. I think it wouldn't have changed anything.
All right. Northwestern scores 43-3. Am I reading that right?
Northwestern beat Maryland by that much? God damn.
Interesting. And then
Purdue over Iowa. That's a nice win, but they're both unranked. Michigan beats Minnesota. Ohio State rolls Nebraska. The end.
Yeah, the end.
Wait for the Pac-12 recap. It's basically going to be like Oregon. That's it.
Anyway, on to NHL free agency.
Yep, we're looking at UFAs, unrestricteds that are still from the sporting news on the board, and we're going to look at restricted free agents overall.
Apparently, Kovalchuk is one of the top UFA players available.
Just because he still can shoot. He's got to be a cheap 1-year deal. That's the thing, though. That's what makes him valuable.
Then Hoffman, I'm kind of surprised he's still out there. I think
Mike Philside Hoffman.
No surprise that Jimmy Howard is a free agent still.
No surprise he's at the bottom of the top 50 list.
I'm actually surprised he's in the top 50 list.
Well, you need a 50th player.
You're telling me there's not a 51st player 51st slot that I could put him in?
Maybe an AHL guy.
Fury's a free agent still.
Yeah,
slightly surprising.
Me, that should it's not surprising. I mean, I let the puck go off my stick just like he does. The thing is though, I can't see the ball like very well at night when I'm outdoors. He's on a lit ice path and has been playing the game for 20 years longer than me.
Yep. Aside from that, I'm not really surprised that these players are free agents. I mean, I think Green is could be a good cheap deal for a team.
Here we go. Here we go with some Devil's Insider shit.
I know. I'm saying
Talk about your one good player that you had and let walk away.
Vatanen was a good player that we did have. But Green, he's old, but I think he'll probably sign like a 1-year deal that's pretty cheap for the team.
I really hope that after you guys sign Corey Crawford and who do you sign as the backup?
Don't we? No, we still have Blackwood.
No, he's an RFA. We'll get into that on the next slide, but whoever your backup is, I don't know. It's like a very veteran lineup. I can't wait for Jimmy Howard to do his PTO tryout deal and AHL minors deal with you guys.
Anyway,
I mean, you guys kept Brodeur around way too long. So what's next?
Hey, I mean, hey, the Rangers had Lundqvist around for this long until this season.
But they got rid of him before he turned 40. Believe it or not, that's what most teams do.
Yeah,
they don't keep a guy who needs quick reflexes until he's 20 years past his prime.
Anyway, on to RFAs.
Okay, we got to start using graphics that highlight the presentation so that people can actually read this shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so top one is Barzal.
Yeah, an RFA in his own right.
Not surprising. The next three are signed.
Yep, blue is unsigned.
Yeah, so
Anthony Cirelli and Pierre-Luc Dubois. From the Lightning and Blue Jackets, respectively. Okay. Anthony Duclair, I guess, became a UFA, but he was, I guess, just granted walking papers. I don't know how that works, but
I have no idea. DeBrusk is a RFA with the Bruins.
Somebody's gonna offer sheet him for sure.
Yeah, Sergachev with the Lightning. I can see. I don't know about offer sheeting Sergachev, but if he was
not for a huge deal, but for like a mid-level deal. The thing is, the Lightning will just match that.
Yeah, but if it goes on for a while, somebody can offer sheet that guy. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Athanasiou, he's a UFA.
Yeah. It's sad that you have to play for both the Red Wings and
Dunn from the Blues is
Vince Dunn.
Yep, RFA. Blackwood, we just said it's an RFA. Devils need to sign that guy.
Why?
And who's Ethan Bear, dude? It's bad when I don't know the name.
Well, it's bad when we're talking about Oilers defensemen. I mean,
22 on this list.
Because there may not be that many RFAs.
Fair enough.
I mean, if Blackwood is 20.
Well, I can see Blackwood being 20. Well, I can see Blackwood on the list only because he's a young goalie and he hasn't really proved himself a lot, but he does have experience.
Yeah.
Playing in the NHL.
No, you're right.
I've never heard of this guy.
Isn't it Dominic Kabulak? Wasn't he only in the league 2 years or something? He was already an RFA.
I think, yeah, because if you remember, Butcher had a 2-year entry-level deal that made him an RFA.
Yeah, but he wasn't drafted. I thought Kabulak was.
Butcher was drafted. He sat out his draft team, and we signed him.
Interesting.
You know that? Because Kerfoot basically did that to us, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, look at you guys and look at what Colorado's become.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, shit. No, he was drafted. Kabalik was drafted in 2013. Yeah. He's 25. I thought he was 21. He's been in. But this past year was his first NHL season.
Down in the minors for a while?
No, he was in Europe. the whole time. Wild
Hmm.
stuff too.
And they
Also,
gave him a 2-year, $7.5 million deal. That's pretty damn good.
well, he did have 30 goals. He only played in 68 games, which coincidentally enough, the most games he's ever played in any season in his professional career.
Not surprised.
In the OHL, his highest number of games was 67.
Hmm.
This is the most he's ever played.
Well, yeah, and we also had the shortened season, basically. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if he played in an 82 game season,
Mm-hmm.
he would have played like 20 more games than he's ever played in a season.
Yep.
The guy would have burnt out and maybe been worth less.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Injury prone or something.
Yeah. On to the MLB. What do we have to say about this?
The Dodgers finally did what only takes the highest payroll ever, other than the Yankees, and 5 tries with one of the best pitchers to, take the mound in the past 30 years. It only took
Yep.
them 4 or 5 tries, but they finally beat a team because the Rays took out their ace pitcher too early and fucked themselves over. So
Yep.
congrats to the Dodgers. They did this thing just by sticking around long enough for somebody else to do it for them. And then they celebrated with one of their solidified players in Justin Turner having COVID, and then not wearing a mask, celebrating with the team. So congrats. I hope you enjoy your champagne because it comes with a side of COVID. You fucking dumbass. See, this is why it takes 5 times for the Dodgers to try to win the World Series. Because in a pandemic, they let the guy infected with the disease party like it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and that's like the definition of stupidity. Is the same thing happening over and over again and not being
expecting
able
something
to.
different.
Right. So this is, instead of this time it being on the field, it's off the field.
Yep.
So they just did nothing right. They're lucky that it wouldn't be surprising to me if they fabricated test results just to like keep it under the wraps.
Anyway, so that's what their stuff looks like. World Series champion.
Look, I was just going for a graphic that basically said, "Congrats, Dodgers, you're champions," without having to like remove like watermarks and trademarks and stuff like that. So I just found some random Twitter player. I don't know. I never clicked on the actual link to the Twitter thing. I just right-clicked on the Google image, and I was like, "View image." I knew it came from Twitter, and I was like, via some Twitter user, and that's all I needed.
All right. Yeah. So I gotta say, everybody expected this. So moving on.
Yeah, although, sad for our boy Charlie Morton, Flemington's own. Still ringless. Or no, not ringless. He closed out Game 7 in 2017.
All right.
Against the Dodgers when he was on the Astros.
NBA.
The draft is coming soon, November 18th.
So Minnesota has the first pick.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by Golden State and Charlotte.
So Golden State might trade because they're obviously in a position where they don't really need a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the strong get stronger if they hold on to it.
Yep.
But then the strong also get stronger if they trade the pick. So like,
they could probably fetch a high price for that pick too.
Oh, they definitely will.
So I can see him trading it.
That they will. Yeah, fade the Warriors or whatever.
Then so Charlotte rounds out the top 3. I don't know. So like there are a lot of trades at the bottom end of the first round, right? But like far at the top end, there's like nothing.
Just remember, Philadelphia and Brooklyn are always trading picks. That's like how they've done business for the past 15 years.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, Boston always tries to acquire picks, so it wouldn't shock me if they end up with like Yeah. So Boston has 2
Three.
first-round picks. That's
Three.
nothing out of the normal. 3.
14, 26, and 30.
Jesus Christ,
Right?
Boston. And they were in the conference finals. Yeah, sure. Orlando somehow always stays in mediocrityville where they can never get the number 1 pick, but will somehow like never get out of the lottery. Um I don't know. I'm just hoping someone good like James Wiseman for some reason falls to the Suns at 10. I don't think it's going to happen.
Uh,
He's like a 7-1 dude who can do it all.
okay.
He played for Memphis, but only for like 6 games until the NCAA kicked him out because I guess the head coach of Memphis helped his parents move to Memphis to stay close to him. It's like, God forbid someone's close to their family, right? See
Dude, I don't know
here.
these rules.
The NCAA sucks, man.
It's like, whatever.
I mean, that's basically the NCAA's mantra too. Is whatever.
But like the thing with the NBA draft is like it's only 2 rounds, so it like goes by so quick and like and
Till you watch it.
but the point is like if I have like a one of the last like 15 picks in that dang draft, I'm like, I could just sign an undrafted player who is probably just as good as any of you.
Exactly.
So I think in the NBA draft, it's like the top 10, 15 picks that matter.
I'd go maybe 20, but
Yeah, I could see it. But like aside from
there's
that, it's
always a
like
steal somewhere down there.
but aside from that, it's like I can find somebody undrafted that's probably as good,
I
maybe
mean,
slightly worse.
in today's NBA, every undrafted guy is just an 18 or 19 or 20-year-old guy anyway.
Hmm.
Because they'd rather have a guy who's like 2, 3 years younger on a cheaper contract because they're undrafted and have the ability to develop them, put them in the G League, and then ride it out. If it doesn't work, then they'll just get somebody else,
Hmm.
and then sometimes it hits. But like the days of like a college senior being a top 10 pick are pretty much over
Yep.
because the NBA sees prospects as an investment instead.
Hmm. Yeah. All right. So bless you.
Oh,
And
shit, I tried to mute myself. I was in PowerPoint though. Oh,
uh,
jeez.
anyway, yeah. So that wraps up what we got. You have anything to close out for today?
Yeah, if you could clip out my sneeze, that would be great. Other
uh,
than that, I'm good.
we'll see. All
I
right.
can't
So
wait for the podcast reviews on this one. He sneezed in the podcast. It was so professional. 2 stars.
anyway, yeah. Thanks so much for tuning in, and catch you next time.
Do, 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 do.